The guy's coming in soon. Okay, we are live. And we are live to two sources. Natasha Ferreira, welcome back. We did this a few minutes ago to Coffee and Conversations with Champions. It's great to have you with us. Thank you for joining us. And as I was saying, you're our first guest that we've had on since I think David Ricks, because we've had some fiber problems in the area and it keeps dropping. So that's a bit of a pain. But so yeah, oh, and Stefan Strength is watching. There we go. That's cool. So the good thing we went to Instagram. So thank you again
Yeah.
for your time. Thank you for joining us. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I'm Natasha Ferreira now. That's
Used to
relatively
be
new.
Stunder. Congratulations.
I'm getting used
Have
to
to give
that.
you one of these.
Thank you. Yeah, and I'm getting used to that. When people say Natasha Ferreira, I'm confused who they're
Yeah.
calling. So still quite a process.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I work in clinical research as my day job, and
Okay.
then I powerlift as primary, my only hobby right now because we are training so hard. Yeah, and I've been powerlifting since 2018, and I think I've grown quite a lot, and I've been enjoying it so much, and I've met amazing people. And yeah, like other hobbies when I have a moment, I like to read and watch movies and series, but that's quite limited at the moment.
Okay, because it takes up so much time. And I think you're
Yeah.
also not only involved in lifting, you are involved in the sport as well, in helping with running it, maintenance, sort of a lot of the back end admin stuff. Can you give us a little bit of a rundown about that? And then I want to chat to you about what made you pick powerlifting.
Okay. So yes, I am on the RPC Exco. I do basically all their admin and manage their competitions in Gauteng. I joined, I think it's a little bit more than a year ago, I joined the Exco officially. So anytime RPC is hosting a competition in Gauteng, my number will probably be up. I'll be at the competition at the table with my amazing sidekicks helping me. And, all of those back end admin things, which I don't think people always realize how much goes into
Sure.
an
Yeah.
event just to get it off the floor. And then I'm also part of Badger Athletic. I'm trained by Martin, who was on your
Yep.
podcast, I think a few weeks ago
Couple
now,
of
right?
weeks ago. Yeah. Times
Um,
before
yeah,
you got married.
yeah, before, well, I was still a standard.
Yep.
So yeah, and then I do the social media for the Badger page, and I also, the Badger events. If there's any competitions running there, I'm also managing that in the background as well.
Awesome. So I want to
Yeah.
chat about that journey and that process. But first, we have a comment. Tassie Power.
Hello, Power Potato. Well
Yeah.
done on your bench PB last
Yeah.
night.
Hey, you can give one of those
Yeah,
as well.
they had a PB.
Okay, that's fantastic. And we'll throw up some hearts as well. And then
Oh,
there's another young man on here that says, "My beautiful wife." There we go.
I think I know who
Stefan.
that is.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, we gotta give him another bunch of hearts there.
Hello, my
Absolutely.
Leafy.
So they're very, very cool. So what got you started in powerlifting? How did you find the sport? What made you pick this amazing sport?
So in 2018, I actually got promoted to quite an entry level version of what I'm doing now.
Right.
And it was really stressful. And I was so overwhelmed and I started eating quite a lot.
Okay.
And as a result, I gained a bit of weight and I wanted to eventually, I stabilized, but I still had the weight. So I wanted to lose some weight. And my sister and her then boyfriend, they were doing powerlifting at my previous coach, Colin De Brain.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, why don't you just join our gym to, start a little bit of weight loss and stuff like that. So I joined and I enjoyed it, but I kept seeing these people lift heavy weights and I was doing my little weight loss exercises. And I was like, no, this is not on. I want to try this. It looks like fun. And I think the day I did my first deadlift, it was probably something pathetic like 40 kilograms or something like that.
Was it really pathetic or was it something that was quite amazing? Because maybe it seems pathetic now, but then it was a lot of weight.
Looking back, it for me it was probably a lot of weight back then, and it just clicked. I was like, I'm home. I love
Oh,
powerlifting, and
I love that.
since then, I've absolutely loved it. And I think my first competition was 2018 Tri
Mm-hmm.
Nations from the RPC, which we hosted back then. And I just met all these amazing people, and I haven't looked back yet. I think powerlifting will be my sport until I officially retire from
From
sport.
compete 100%. And then you'll just
Yeah.
focus fully on the admin. So
Yeah.
speaking of admin, so how did you progress from the lifting to the competing? And I also want to touch on your first competition, what that was like for you. But let's talk a little bit like what got you to get into the background, because I think it is something that the sport is really challenged with. There are not
Mm,
a lot of people as a percentage stepping up to help
yeah.
as referees, as coach, as spotters and loaders, as sort of platform staff, or on the table running the competition.
Yeah, so definitely, I think one of the things we really, like you said, we struggle with is getting people to sit and write the referee courses.
Mm-hmm.
And then more importantly, keep on showing up.
Mm-hmm.
It's fully understandable that not every person can attend every single competition, but it's so important that if we get people that's committed to being referees, that they stay with us, and we value them so much. And also the table side. So how
Mm-hmm.
I got into the admin part is with one of the events, my previous coach asked, don't I want to write the referee exam? And back then I was like, no, I feel like that's way too much pressure. Failing a guy on a 400 kilogram squat wasn't my thing back then. So I said, why don't you train me on how to do table work? I'm quite good
Mm-hmm.
with admin, and I feel I can support, the organization a lot. So they trained me on the table, and I started doing a few comps on my own, and actually with the support of this, people who have immigrated the country by
Mm-hmm.
now. But
Mm-hmm.
they trained me and showed me that program. I don't know if you've ever worked with Next Lifter. It's a really
Yep.
special type of program,
Yep. Good
and
lift and
full
next
really
lifter.
finicky. Yeah, that thing. So I will say I did the table first for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I joined Badger as well, I started helping at their competitions. And then I think in 2022, I think one of the rules that Martin likes with the badges is
Mm-hmm.
that we all write a referee exam,
Mm-hmm.
because you can be a better lifter if you know the
100%.
rules back and forth.
100%.
So I
And
wrote the
and I think
exam
you
in
can be, sorry to
2022.
interrupt, but you can also be
Mm,
kinder to the referees because
yes,
you
oh, definitely.
understand.
And that's another thing is, respecting the referees
Mm,
is so important, and they, if they give up their time and their energy for you. So as a lifter, showing them that respect. And if
mm,
you are unhappy, all of our events have the technical officer present.
mhm,
Take it up with him or discuss
mm,
it with
mm,
him. Don't go and fight a referee, because at an RPC comp, that will likely get you disqualified if you fight
mhm.
with one of our referees.
Okay.
So yeah, I wrote the referee exam in 2022, and I have been refereeing since. I still feel very awkward failing people on squats, but I will do it now. Like,
Mhm,
I don't mind doing that. And then I think, last year our RPC nationals, it was upcoming, and the admin was quite challenging to the team that
mhm,
was existing back then. And then Martin messaged me and he said, can't you possibly just help streamlining the invites, because we did by invite only last
mhm,
year.
mhm,
And so I took that over, and eventually he said he had discussed it with our exco. They'd like me to join the team and help with the admin side, because our admin lady, she had immigrated at that point,
sure.
and she was still very much part of the team, and she is today. But as your life moves on, your responsibilities also moves on.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I joined and I took over the admin, and I've been doing that for about probably 10 months now, all on my own. And so far, nothing has exploded. So I think it's going well.
Fantastic.
But yeah, just I think if more people can get involved, even just as spotters and loaders,
Mhm.
we really need guys to come out and help.
And step up.
And that's not something that you need to be an expert at. Someone can show you on the day and
mm.
teach you on the day. It's really valuable to give your support back to the community.
And you learn very, very quickly on the job, particularly with spotting and loading. I've been fortunate enough to spot and load some international competitions and even
Oh
overseas,
wow.
which has been amazing. And just you find your rhythm, and it's a really fun experience. By the way, speaking of the table and stuff, another comment here. She is very strict on her table. Hmm.
Says the one that sits next to me and helps with certificate writing, but okay. Uh,
Yeah. It's
I
amazing
love
when
that.
people throw those comments out. Yeah, for sure. So,
I love that. Mm.
one of the things, and I want to go into sort of the value of supporting the sport and why people should really be getting more involved in doing it, is that it is a very intense position. It is a lot of pressure, but you can't run a competition without people supporting the sport. And going to multiple comps over the last probably 2 decades, it's always the same people on the table.
Mm.
So, what do you think that we can do to get people to step up? Before we do, I'll ask you that. Let's. There's a comment here. Um,
Hello, Ashley. I see that. That's my powerlifting baby.
oh, sweet, awesome, cool. So, um, how do we get people to get involved?
I think awareness is also
Mm,
a key. So one of the things that we like to do with our beginners comp every year is invite people on the RPC group to come and write the referee's
mm-hmm.
exam. Um, so I think a lot of people aren't always aware of the opportunities. So we can definitely promote that more. I think on social media is probably the easiest right now.
Yes.
And with and unfortunately with spotting and loading and stuff like that, people end up contacting the people they know. But people should really feel free at competitions. If you come
Mm,
to us at a competition and say, listen, yeah, I want to get involved. How can I get involved? What do you need me for? We will be more than happy to accommodate pretty much anyone that comes up. We will find a place for you and make you part of our team.
oh,
And
phenomenal.
it will be really, really appreciated.
What is the rewards of being on the table, of working in the back end, helping organizing the comps, running everything? What have those rewards been like for you?
I think for me, it's been the exposure of seeing lifters grow. I see people that come to our beginners comp and they squat, it's a guy squatting
Mm,
120 and
mm,
the next comp he shows up, he's more experienced, he's more confident. Now he's squatting 200 and it's really rewarding seeing people grow. And, I end up learning a lot of the lifters' names.
mm.
I recall their lifts from their previous competitions. It's really fun. It's really rewarding. And then I think the spotting, I'll probably say saving the people's lives if they needed to be. Stefan at Underdogs, he benched 230 and he had a little bit of a misgroove and the bar came back to his face. And I've
Right.
never seen
Mm,
Raymond moved that fast to move that bar away from his face because he was the main spotter. And the guys were absolutely amazing and just giving people that support to go to their maximums and the confidence that the lifters then get to
mm-hmm,
do
mm-hmm.
that.
Sure. Absolutely incredible. Let's talk about your first competition. What was that like for you?
I was really nervous and really shy back then. I didn't have a lot of self confidence. And I think the weirdest thing is putting on a singlet for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I was so nervous but I actually competed with my sister and her now husband, and they really helped me, and my coach really helped me, and the community. And what I really like about, I'm sure it's on the men's side as well, but the girls really support each other, and it's like if you get your lift, they cheer with you. If you miss your lift, they're like, just next time, you have it next time. It's
Mm-hmm.
lightweight. So it was an amazing experience, and everyone just made me feel so welcome, and it wasn't awkward at all. And it's just so natural for the people that's done it 10,000 times
Yeah.
that you don't feel out of place rocking up there and actually having no clue what to expect.
It's really cool. It's a very special. I think there's something very special with being a first time lifter, and
Yeah.
having that experience. and that opportunity to just have fun and do it for the first time. Couple more comments here. My orders when Tussie's at the cupcakes. Okay, there we go. We can talk
Yeah.
about that.
Mhm.
So, how did your first competition go for you?
No, it went, went really well. I think I squatted probably 70. I benched 45. My deadlift maybe was 100.
Awesome.
Really beginner numbers for me back then. But
Hmm.
I think for me, it wasn't the numbers. It was having the courage to go to and do something I've never done before. I think that's my takeaway. It gave me so much confidence, and what you learn stepping up onto a platform and going and lifting in front of people, it's a morale booster for a person, especially for a little introvert.
Well, there's a comment here I want to ask you about.
Oh my word. Quentin. Yeah, so I think a side effect of being a badger is having insane quads.
Yep.
You'd really like we squat a lot and we squat heavy. So the quad development is going quite well.
Yes.
I think for all of us, but they do like to say that I have a lot of big quads, which is a really nice compliment for a powerlifter.
100%. It shows you're
Mm,
getting the work done.
yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. How important was the competing for you in terms of understanding um, the table work and what the athletes are going through?
I think one of the things that we always end up reminding the athletes is the importance of giving your next attempt.
Mhm.
I have made the joke moving forward that
Yeah.
I will think of attempts if the lifters don't give me attempts. So if you end up deadlifting 300, that's not my problem.
Probably. Yeah.
Um, but I think, my coach back then, he showed us the weigh in cards and how the weighing
Mm,
cards
mm,
works
mm.
and the attempts and the fact that you fill that in and then you give it back to the table. And then at your next, following your attempt, you have to, it's important that you go to the table and you give that attempt in because otherwise the show can't go on.
Mm, mm.
It pauses that. And, that first comp, seeing how the refereeing works, it's three on each side and they're checking all your
Mhm.
movements and why it is like that and the rule books that's being followed and going up and checking the rule books that you're not going to fail on something silly.
Yeah.
That really helped me. Yeah.
No, phenomenal. We have one more comment here, and then I want to chat to you about the community and about Badger. In her free time, she helps out at the airport.
Yeah,
That's
and that's my side
fantastic.
hustle. What nonsense. What nonsense. But uh,
Oh,
mm,
phenomenal. Well, listen, I mean, it's not bad. And that's just for the warm up, right? So,
yeah, yeah. It's called I Need to Be Warm.
yep, sure, absolutely. Tell us a little
Mm.
bit about the community. What makes it so special? Everyone that I've spoken to from powerlifting, number one, the thing that they love the most is the community.
So I've made honestly some of my best friends through powerlifting. I met Stefan through powerlifting. They are so supportive, and at a powerlifting comp, no one wishes for you to fail or to bomb. They have your back. It's not,
Hmm.
if someone beats me on the day, I'm not like, oh, that person beat me. I'm like, I'm so happy for you. Look at your lifts, like, and now I'm motivated again to go try harder and come back stronger next time. You know, and especially with the badges, the support that we get in the team
Hmm.
is mind blowing. And, we're all just there for each other from our beginner lifters to our very experienced lifters.
Yes.
It's really such an amazing community. I think at our wedding, we had two tables full of power lifters. It was
Did,
amazing. It was a really big wedding.
did you have to ask them, like, sort of, you guys wait until everybody else has got food and then you can go? I mean,
You can't tell a power lifter to not eat.
no,
They will
I know.
starve and die.
It was, I'll never forget, we were in Spain on one of the IPF coaching courses. And between three of us in the breakfast queue, we were the first ones up. We finished the big tray of scrambled eggs. The next day, they
There
brought
you
out
go.
two trays. We still, okay, so the
I love
struggle's
that.
real. Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, fantastic. So tell us about the badges.
Yeah, so Martin took over as head coach, I think probably in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, you know, the Badgers have grown so much. And with Martin's coaching and his support, he really is next level as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think he worries more about us on competition day than we worry on competition day. And just like since we've started our gym, it's so nice seeing everybody still show up and we show up in numbers, especially like on a Friday night. It's
Yeah.
so much fun and everyone just supports each other's lifting. We do tease each other quite a lot, but that's part of the community. And, you know, I've grown so much under Martin. When I joined, I struggled with a 140 kilogram squat, and
Mm.
now I squat at 200 kilos at my last comp.
Fantastic.
So just that growth and that attention and how he focuses on your individual needs. It's not cookie cutter with Badger. It's focused to work on your weaknesses and improve you as a lifter
Mm-hmm.
overall. It's
Mm-hmm.
really quite amazing to be part of the team.
Oh, phenomenal. We have a quick comment I just want to ask you about as well. Yeah, Canop table,
Yeah,
didn't know
so
him.
so that guy is actually called Hein.
Yes,
He's one of our most notorious lifters.
yes. Hello, Hein.
He actually, yeah, hello, Hein. He actually ate my entire wedding cake, and I won't have anyone tell me anything else.
Yeah,
I think the guys were really hungry by the time we got out of the church, and they really
yeah.
they attacked my table there with the lovely stacks. I hope they enjoyed it. I really hope they do. But I think it lasted about 10 minutes and the table was
And
gone.
it was
Like,
gone.
it was,
Okay.
yeah.
It makes perfect sense. So, chatting about Badger and with RPC now, how has this year gone in terms of competitions? Are you happy with how they've been going, how they flowed, how the flow's gone, and what have you got planned for the rest of the year? By the way,
Yes.
we have a comment here. We have photos. I'm
Okay.
assuming this is about
Yeah.
the food, right?
This is about the food. Yeah. I think the only person that chased that table more was Armand.
Okay.
So yeah.
So tell us about,
So with the
yeah.
RPC,
Mm. Sorry,
yeah.
go for it. Sorry.
So with the RPC, this year, we knew from the start our entries would be a little bit limited.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other federations, they are bringing wolves for their federation to this country. So this year, we really focused on, you know, making our competitions as fun and as
Mm-hmm.
competitive as we possibly could, and accepting the fact that they would be a little bit smaller this
Mm-hmm.
year. And that's completely fine. We support the lifters, and
By
those that
smaller, you mean the
want
number of
to feel,
lifters, not the weights being
yeah.
lifted.
No, the weight being lifted is still quite insane.
Yeah.
So um, you know, we support the lifters that want to journey towards, and we wish them the very best.
Mm-hmm.
So we have had quite a few comps. That's been a lot of fun. We did in February, we did a couples competition where a bunch of powerlifting or strong couples they competed, and it was so much fun. And we all dressed up pretty cute, so we had the best day.
Fab.
And then, you know, we had a really nice competition in Mossel Bay, which
Mm-hmm.
Jan Creer also uh, hosts for us. And I think it's really important getting powerlifting to smaller communities
Absolutely.
because those lifters can't necessarily afford traveling
Mm-hmm.
to Cape Town to go and compete there. And we also did underdogs, which was quite a big success in Nelspruit.
That was quite
And
recent now.
we Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it was in May. It
Mm-hmm.
was 2 weeks before the wedding,
Yeah.
where Stefan competed
Yes.
because that was quite a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But it was a really nice competition, and Raymond also always does an exceptional job with
Mm-hmm.
hosting over there.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have Badger Classic coming up, and I'm really excited for this competition. It's not going to be a very full
Mm-hmm.
competition, but we have some really amazing lifters, you know, up and coming guys, and people who are returning from injury. I'm really excited to see them lift. I think, you know, there's going to be a battle for first place.
Right.
And I can't wait to see that happen.
And that's
It's
on the 5th
the
of
RPC's
July.
goal. Yes, that's
Okay.
next week,
Fantastic.
Saturday.
Yeah.
The RPC's goal is to breed competitive lifters in this country, you know, people that
Mm-hmm.
can go out globally and
Mm-hmm.
show them how strong South Africans can be. And I think just looking at that entry list, we are moving towards that. So that's fantastic.
Oh, phenomenal. And then anything else for the rest of the year? I mean, it's crazy to think we're halfway through 2025
I
already.
can't
It
believe
feels
it.
like
I
February.
can't believe. Yeah. No, I don't. I feel like I blinked and the entire year went past.
Yeah.
So in August, we are hosting the Season of Strengths
Mm-hmm.
competition, which will be a combination of our nationals, the RPC nationals, and the Women's Day competition that we
Oh,
were
fab.
planning. And I think that has the potential to be a lot of fun. We are planning to make the refereeing really strict,
Mm-hmm.
like with all our competitions, but a bunch of our lifters are aiming to do the ABS powerlifting series in November, which is also coming to South Africa.
Okay.
And
What
those
for
guys are
those who
strict.
don't know? I was going to say for those who don't know, but looking at the viewers, I think they all do. But for someone who might be watching this, what is the abs power
Mm.
series that might
So
not
the
know?
ABS powerlifting series is an international competition.
Mm.
They originated in Ireland, but they have moved across to a few other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our very best, Nicholas Dupree, he lifts with the ABS series.
Okay.
So they have decided with Nicholas's support that they are bringing a competition to South Africa, and
We
it's
have to
really
do one of these
competitive.
because we need all the competitions here that we can get. That's very
We
cool.
we really do, and we really hope we really hope it to be a success and to get a lot of support so that they come back. I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
can't expect people to come back if we don't show them the support.
Yes.
I know the entries are doing quite well.
Okay. Good.
The competition is based on dots. So for the Pro-Am division,
Mm-mm.
females need 400 dots or higher, and males require 460 dots or higher.
Okay.
So the RPC is heavily supportive of this competition because it aligns with our vision of breeding competitive powerlifters. So with Season of Strength, we really hope we have decided if we have entry lifters that want to be like a flight A to do a
Mm-hmm.
beginner's competition, that's fine. And then the flight B will be the really competitive lifters, and we will try and referee strict so that
Mm-hmm.
the lifters are prepared to compete at their best
Right.
in November.
So
Yeah.
strict refereeing is not there to put a lifter at a disadvantage. It's there basically part of your training. The more time on the platform competing under strict rules, the better lifter you're going to become and the better coach.
And that's 100% true. And lifters shouldn't feel that they are being targeted if
Mm.
refereeing is strict. It needs to be on a standard where everyone gets refereed the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you know that you get a lift, it means that internationally you will get that lift. I mean, if we are lenient on your squat depth at our competition,
Mm-hmm.
now you prep really hard and you step on an international platform, and you don't get your lift, you bomb out.
Yeah.
That will feel terrible for the lifter, and then they will be really upset. So they deserve to have consistent refereeing that's really high standard, which we really try hard to, give at our competitions.
Oh, that's very cool. I love that. By the way, there was another comment here from having the wedding cake that disappeared.
I feel like we need to make another cake which Hein does not get access to.
No, you come on. You got to make two cakes, one for everyone else and
That's a
one for Hein
fantastic.
again. I think that's the safe and appropriate thing to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of the wedding cake, what's it been like for you as a couple and now as a married couple, competing together, lifting together, and being involved in the sport together? How has that
You,
contributed to the relationship? Sorry.
especially I think for females, if you train really heavy, having a
Mm,
supportive partner is so important. And that helps a lot. We gym together every night and we support each other in our training. And it's really nice, even from like a dieting or eating perspective, having someone that's on the same page
mm-hmm.
as you.
Huge.
Um, that really leads to your growth as a lifter. On competition days where we both compete, I mean, he lifts everything, so we're rarely in the same flight.
Mm,
I
mm.
think then I feel like I miss out a little bit on his lifting where I want to go and yell for him and lose my voice. So when we compete together, sometimes it's I won't say that I'm sad, but I feel like I wish I could have seen his lifts,
Yeah,
and then I have to like it's a byproduct seeing a video of what he did. Um, and then if he competes, I really support him, and if I compete, he gives me all his support. So it's really nice as a couple,
that's
lifting
phenomenal.
and training together. Yeah,
That's very cool. I think I've just my brain's always running because that's how it operates. So I was thinking, okay, well, we need to with the next live stream then get a TV in the back so those warming up can be watching what's happening on the
that's a
platform
lovely idea.
as
That's
well.
actually a lovely idea.
So
Yeah,
I don't want to get into
yeah.
trouble with the coaches going, "Hey, you're distracting my athletes from their warm up." Yeah, or
the, the athletes will be so dialed in they won't
they
even
won't
notice
even notice.
anything.
Absolutely. Oddly enough, we have another wedding cake comment. Let me pop that up there. So yeah, hey, no,
Okay.
that cake was delicious. Okay, there we go. Okay,
I'm so sorry my wedding cake was delicious,
yeah, yeah,
guys.
absolutely, absolutely terrible. So, as sort of become tradition on these series of podcasts, a couple of questions. I have 4 questions at the moment that I like to ask my guests, and it's really a little bit of fun. It's not too serious. Maybe the third question is a little bit more serious. But first off, what do you love about powerlifting?
I love powerlifting because of the confidence it's
Mm,
given me in
sure.
every aspect of my life. When I just started, I was really shy,
Mm,
and I just didn't have confidence, and I didn't feel so good about myself. And the confidence you get from gaining strength and being able to do these hard things and push through hard things, it rolls over into the rest of your life.
sure.
I can speak in front of crowds. I'm comfortable with that. I
You're on a
train to,
podcast.
I'm even on a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, wow, how many new things do I want to do this year? So,
Mm,
I think for me, it's been the confidence that I've gotten from lifting and the joy I've experienced from, getting strong and just changing my entire life
sure.
basically because I've chosen to be strong.
I love that. And strength is a choice. And one of
Yeah,
the wonderful ways to do that is through this incredible sport and its incredible community. Absolutely love that.
yeah.
So, on a fun point, what drives you mad about powerlifting?
I really think it's when lifters don't give me their next attempt. Hey,
Yeah,
I think it's that.
yeah, yeah.
I
Hang,
honestly
I
think,
want to see if I've got one
um,
of these. Hang on, this will work. Let me try that. There we go.
yeah,
Is that how you feel?
perfect.
There.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I promise the next lifter I'm going to think of attempts, and if you need to do something
Mm,
on 400 kilos,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Next time you'll give me your attempt quicker.
So I think
But
yes.
honestly,
Yeah.
no.
So yeah.
I don't think there's a lot that drives me mad about powerlifting.
Sure.
For me, it would be like the little, the admin burdens that doesn't happen as fast as you want them to
Mm,
happen.
mm.
But that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think maybe, and I know we've been chatting about live streaming some of your upcoming events. Unfortunately, we can't do Badger because we're in Natal for NMI's SA Strongest Man comp. But
Yeah.
for the next one, and let me just hit it again because if athletes don't give in their next attempt when they should, when they come onto platform, we're putting this on over their lift. How does that? Is that fair?
I love that.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
we're doing that.
All right, good. But I love that. Yeah, that's it. Give in your next attempt. It makes life much simpler. You don't have to send
Yeah.
people running
Yeah.
around trying to find you because we want your next attempt, right? That's what
Oh,
everyone on the
definitely.
table wants. So then,
Yeah.
one more comment for you here.
Like Danza said, it's actually Richie's son's first birthday
Oh,
today.
happy
So happy
birthday!
birthday, Rihu. Yeah, he's 1 year old. He's my third godchild.
There, we have to give some
So
balloons. Yep.
yeah, we're going down this weekend to have a lovely first birthday party, and we're so excited.
Oh, well, a very, very happy birthday. That's going to be fantastic. So the big thing as well with the lifting and the community is it is hard to get people to say what they drives them mad. So I do appreciate that.
Mm.
The third one, and I think you touched on it a lot, but what has powerlifting given you?
I don't consider myself particularly like genetically gifted with
Mm-hmm.
strength. I feel like everything that I've done in powerlifting has been through a lot of determination and stubbornness and patience. And it's taught me to be patient and to
Sure.
trust the plan. And, like I said, the confidence as well.
Mm.
Um, the ability to go out in a little onesie and some of our badges call it the baby grow.
Yeah.
To go out and wear a baby grow on a platform, there's nothing. I don't think there's a lot else that can phase you in life once you get past that point. So it's
100%.
given me, that determination and patience, and I really don't care. I don't mind too many, awkward stuff anymore because
Sure.
I wear my baby grow and I go squat. So that's what it's given me.
And so they make you wear a baby grow and then strap a big belt around you to squish stuff, you know?
It's just the most flattering thing, and I
Yeah.
often say, I know Stefan really loves me because he's seen my max out deadlift phase.
We,
That's true love.
100%. That is true love. A quick comment for the young birthday boy. So happy
Oh,
birthday, Rugger. Oh, very cool. Then,
cute.
the fourth question, basically, also a little bit of fun. We're getting, right? Oh, there we go. And from Coach Nads.
Oh, I love Nadine. She's the
Hey,
best.
absolutely the best. Very, very, very special person in this sport. If we look at who, the Ice Bucket Challenge is sort of what inspired me, and given the weather today and over Friday and Saturday, it's appropriate. So, who would you like to nominate for us to chat to on the platform?
So I actually have two for you. I
Fabulous.
think Danelle van Jaarsveld,
Yes,
if you don't have
we
her
on it.
schedule already,
We
okay,
on it already. I was
that's
just being
perfect.
cautious with this fiber line. Yep.
Yeah, so she's an inspiration to
Mm,
many, and what she achieves on the platform
hmm
is really incredible to witness. So
While
I'm glad
looking
you have
after
her.
Will.
Yeah, exactly. And having a successful career on this, as
Yeah,
her
yeah.
main
Yes.
source of income. That's truly admirable.
Uh-huh.
And then I think Hein, that
Mm.
guy that's been eating all my cake,
Okay.
I think he
The
needs
cookie
to come
not the
on.
cookie monster, the cake monster,
Yeah,
right?
my cake monster. He needs to come onto the show because I think he, has is received quite a lot of backlash in the last few weeks on politics, which actually also drives me nuts. But
Okay.
I don't go into too much into that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his heart is in a really good place. I think he needs an opportunity to come onto your podcast and tell his
Okay.
story, which is also incredible, actually.
Perfect. Fantastic. Will you send me their profiles? I
Oh
mean,
well.
Danelle, I've got her number. We're going to set her up as soon as I get this line stabilized.
Okay.
So, but you and I
Perfect.
booked
Yeah.
this quite a while ago, so I didn't actually want to delay it.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. That's
Mm.
absolutely awesome. For you, in terms of Badger and in terms of RPC, what's the goal? What would you love the dream to be?
I think the
Or what is
dream
the
is
dream?
to,
Sorry, yeah.
yeah, I think for us, our dream is, to have more Nicholases and to have more Coltons and more Donnells
Mm-hmm.
on the platform. I mean, Rainer now just won World's Strongest Man,
Mm-hmm.
and that has been, I think that is putting the spotlight on how talented South African strength sports athletes are. I think it's to cultivate that, but also it's not, not every person can go to that level. There's,
Mm-hmm.
so many things that can hold a person back, and some people aren't destined to be at that level. For us as badgers, it's to be the strongest versions that we can be in every
Mm-hmm.
aspect of our lives. And I think
Sure.
that is our team mission, and we are doing that quite well. I have to say, I think the badgers really succeed um, at
That's
the
very cool.
mental toughness. Yeah,
Sure, absolutely love that, and it's a selfless goal,
yeah,
which is very cool. We have another comment here. I'm going to pop it on now, but also for our viewers, if you have a question or a comment, are you okay with that, Natasha? That they can
yeah.
pop it on,
Please,
we can get it
yeah.
answered. Okay, fantastic. Maybe about the last attempt you didn't put in, not you, but so we have
I
a
know
coach.
better.
Yeah, don't let her lie.
That
She's genetically gifted.
I mean, says Vili, who literally, trains so hard. He's actually also part of our Exco team, and he's
Yes.
also doing abs. I know he has big plans. So he's
Awesome.
actually genetically gifted. What does he talk about?
Well, hold on. There's another one here. She's so genetically strong. Her DNA does the deadlift while she sleeps. There we go.
Wow, I'm a
And
miracle.
yeah, hold on, hold on. He's coming with another one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, her blood type probably pre-workout. Oh, I
Oh, I
love
love
that.
that.
Hey,
I love that.
that's very, very cool. That's very, very cool. Let me make that a bit bigger there. Okay, awesome. From your side, is there anything that you would like to talk about?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do shameless promoting here and tell lifters that Badger Classic entries are still open. We have a couple of cool prizes lined up. It's going to be a really fun and competitive competition. And just to come out, and if you can't come and compete, come and
Mm-hmm.
support us, come and show face,
100%.
come check out our new gym. It's a really cool facility. So I think that's what I definitely want to, my shameless self promoting over here. And then,
And
we hope to
there's
get
no
a,
charge, right? There's no cost. People can come and support.
well, yeah, exactly. So just come show up.
Mm.
It's going to be so much fun. It's a really cool day out, and the weather will be better, so you won't freeze to death and
Yes,
stuff like
exactly.
that. So yeah.
100, 100%. Very important question. Will there be food? Will there be coffee?
So we are very well situated in the
Mm-hmm.
area. There's a lot
Okay,
of
fab.
shops around it. So we'll probably do, some food trucks for
Mm-hmm.
season of strings, but for Badger Classic, we haven't planned on it.
Okay,
But
Uber
we are
Eats.
really, there's Uber Eats
Yeah,
and Mr. Delivery is your guy, so
yeah.
no one will starve. And I will have my cupcakes, I promise.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's it. And we got bring wine gums. Okay, there you go. From Power
I, I'm,
Potato.
I,
Hey?
I will happily do that. I will
Yeah.
happily do that.
Oh, fantastic. Natasha, it's been absolutely wonderful chatting to you. I really appreciate your time. And also, for everything that you do, the sport only runs when there are people working tirelessly in the background, then at the competition day. And I think, as you said, we were chatting about putting a TV up so the lifters could watch, but the lifters are so heads down and engaged in the day,
Mm,
and then they're either on a high or a bit of a low based on results, and they don't really see what's going on around them. They don't understand that every single piece of equipment had to be brought to the
yeah,
facility or to the competition venue, or set up and cleared away, the chairs, the tables, the computers. There's so much that goes onto it, and late nights, ahead of the competition
yeah,
time, and following up with people on payments and all of these things that need to be done. And so, thank you to you for what you do for your
it's
federation
a
and
big
for
pleasure.
the
No,
badges. Yeah, that's very,
yeah, it's
very
a
cool.
big pleasure. Yeah.
Awesome. And anyone you
Um,
want to give a shout out to, by the way? Sorry to interrupt.
I think it's for all my badges, and the guys competing at Badger Classic next weekend. I've seen the prep. I've seen the hard work. Now it's just time to go and lift the weights. And you deserve all the PBs you get. So I'm really proud of
Yeah, I'm
them.
going to give you one of those as well. Gotta do that. And it's so true, because it's like, the work, a week out, 10 days out, the work is done. It's about training
Yeah.
sensibly and getting that rest, that recovery, and that nutrition in, and then just going and having fun.
Oh,
So, yeah.
100%.
So
100%.
from us to everyone lifting next week, all the very, very best. We are sorry that we can't be there, but we'll be warmer. Um,
And also,
yeah,
good luck to the guys at
yeah,
SA Strongest. May
yeah.
they get all their lifts and stay
That's
injury free. We're really praying for them.
Absolutely. There's going to be, it looks like an absolutely incredible event. We're really honored
Yeah.
to be live streaming it, and looking forward to those truck pulls. That's going to be monstrous
Oh,
and
it's epic. Nothing
absolutely
more
crazy.
entertaining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Oh, super. All right. So I'm going to end the stream, and then I'll just chat to you quickly off air. The screen will go dark, but I'll still be here. So
perfect.
thank you,
Perfect.
Natasha Ferreira, formerly Erasmus. Thank you for joining us. And
Mm.
June Welsh just joined. Sorry, June, you joined it then. Please go back to the
Oh.
beginning and watch it. It'll be
Mm.
up shortly. So
Mm.
thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for joining us, Natasha. You are a fabulous guest.
Thank
We're
you
looking
so
forward
much.
to chatting to you soon as well.
Great.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Bye bye.